Good afternoon. This is Lori Sign, the Career Services Manager at the School of Pharmacy. And it is noon, so we are doing our 10-day handshake challenge. Today is day 3. We are talking about job preferences and how to identify those job preferences and your career interests within the handshake platform and your profile so that you can accurately receive job opportunities, receive contact from employers that meet your job and career interests. So we are going to just give a quick minute for other folks to join, and I would like to test my audio and visual. So if I am coming through to you with my screen and my audio, please type into the chat that you can hear me okay. Thank you. Okay, so that looks like it's coming through, and this is the first time I'm recognizing that I'm talking out loud today, so I got to get my mouth moving and my voice going here just a little bit. So I'm excited to be here with you today. We are doing the 10-day handshake challenge, and let's go ahead and get started. We are kicking off our career future with just simple steps over the course of 10 days, 10 minutes a day. And we are going to look for the action item, the to-do of what the 10-day handshake challenge is really asking us to complete each day. So after today, you're going to walk away with an action item within your handshake profile. And I'm also going to give an added value item so that it's a little bit extra of what you can think about as you are looking at your job preferences and really considering your work motivations today. So our job preferences and work motivations, the action item is to fill out your career interests and to fill out your job preferences. This means that you want to go into your profile in Handshake that you've already activated, that you're starting to complete by uploading your CV and resume, which we've done over the course of the last 2 days. And now what we'll want to do is focus on completing these job preferences. So this means that you'll be selecting your desired locations, your specific job roles that you want to have, and your ideal job type. So do you want to work part-time? Do you want to work full-time? Are you looking for an internship or on-campus employment? So recognize that this is going to change over the course of pharmacy school. You might be, while you're in school, of course, you'll be attending your courses. So you'll be looking for maybe part-time employment opportunities, internships, or on-campus employment. But come summer, next summer, you might be looking for a summer internship and be looking for a full-time internship over the course of that summer. So you can change these preferences at any time. And as you get closer to graduation, you will be looking for full-time pharmacist employment, no longer internships. You might be looking for a fellowship. You might be looking for opportunities that are no longer in Colorado, that you'll be maybe moving to a preferred location. And so this is where you are going to change those job preferences within your Handshake profile so that you're accurately receiving these recommendations for jobs. You will also keep this up to date, and you'll receive targeted messages from employers. So when they're looking for specific candidates, they're going to do a search, and you will come up with a public profile. You will come up into their search, and they could potentially reach out to you and send you a message. A recruiter is 5 times more likely to contact you for an event, to participate maybe in their campus hiring events that they are sharing in Handshake, or for a position that they've posted. 5 times more likely when you complete your career interests and your job preferences. So here's where you go to do that. You're going to go back into your profile, and by your profile picture there, you're going to select career interests. Once you're at your career interests, you can see the interests that you've already selected here on the left-hand side of your profile in this little column. These are the interests that you've already selected. So this is a quick view of what you've determined your preferences to be and where you can change them quickly right here. You can also go to the career interests area and select that and come to a couple of screens. Now I had to spread this out over a course of a couple screenshots to show you it all. But really it's one screen that you'll scroll through and complete these series of questions. So the first question you'll come to is, what type of job are you looking for? And so again, this is, are you looking for an internship? Are you looking for part-time? What does that look like? How can Handshake help you? So are you really open to volunteer opportunities? Are you looking for, that internship? Do you just want to build your network? Is that maybe something that you're looking for and not necessarily even jobs at this point? So you can identify the ways in which you're going to use Handshake so that they can send you information that's accurate. What options are you considering after graduation? Working, fellowship, volunteering, identify any and all that you're interested in. And then what type of job roles? So this might be, hey, I'm open to being a pharmacy technician right now until I receive my pharmacy intern license. As a new incoming P1, that might be your case. It might be the case that the job is posted as a pharmacy technician, but they're hiring pharmacy interns. That happens occasionally for employers who do not have that specific job title of pharmacy intern. So you could select that you're interested in job roles as pharmacy tech, pharmacy intern. As you get closer to graduation, that you're interested in looking at pharmacists, clinical pharmacist positions, you can make this determination. Now, some of this is pre-populated and it stretches over the course of what the Department of Labor determines for job roles and industries. So be aware of that this is kind of pre-populated based upon Department of Labor information. Which kind of job functions interest you? So here, some common ones that you might select. Just healthcare services. That would be the overarching job function that pharmacists would fall into based upon the Department of Labor. You might be interested in research opportunities. So these two are probably the most fitting to pharmacy students. And then in terms of industries, the Department of Labor has listed out based upon these categories, and the most fitting, again, for pharmacy students would be within healthcare and services. You can select healthcare. If there are veterinary pharmacists, so if that is an interest for you, you can select that. So go through and really determine what would be the most appropriate that you would want to receive information on. If you have questions about this, where really pharmacists fall within these various industries, please schedule an appointment with me or reach out to me and ask those questions. We can talk about the type of pharmacist positions that fall within these various industries here. So the action item is to complete those career interests at your profile, and then also go into your jobs settings and select that same type of preferences. Then you save your search. Now this is really important so that you don't feel like you're having to get in there, every single day to look at job postings. You can set up a job search in which it's going to feed you an email that says there's a position that is matching your job preferences. And this will alert you to new opportunities that are being posted. I really encourage you to go in and save your search based upon those job preferences to get that information. Okay, so those are our action items that kind of follow along with the Handshake 10 days Handshake challenge blog. And now here's the value added item, our work preferences. So in addition to location, in addition to number of hours that we're wanting to work each day, we really have to think about our lifestyle preferences and our core values, the things that really matter to us. So here's on the screen are just a few of those work motivations that let us know whether or not we want to consider an opportunity. And so as you look for opportunities in Handshakes, positions that are posted in Handshake, as you consider employers, as you go through an interview process, here are some things to really consider. Your social environment. If you were to look at each of these values, these factors, these motivation factors, if you were to look at each of these and say, which of these really fill me up, a 5 being that fills me up and I feel satisfied in my work, and a 1 being I'm really low energy, I'm empty. If I don't have this, then this will give you some guidance as to what you want to look for in a career opportunity, an internship opportunity. So your social environment, maybe it's the personal meaning that you find. If we're finding meaning in our work, then sometimes we can feel really satisfied. Some people, that's not a driver for them. So it's very unique and specific to each individual. Using our personal strengths, we want to be good at what we do. Do I know my personal strengths, A, and will this job satisfy those strengths? Curiosity, interest, do I have that availability to really have multiple tasks happening at a time where it's feeding my curiosity and my interests? Is there some work-life balance? Do I have a little bit of control over scheduling? Is that important to me? A level of importance in your responsibilities. Do you want to feel like you're the master of what you're doing, that you have that responsibility and that you are taking that ownership? A lot of people want that type of responsibility and that ownership. Other people, they like to really have a process of what they know what to do in terms of their responsibilities, and it's less important for them to be able to be in charge of those responsibilities and determining what their work schedule looks like. So each person has a different set of values and preferences along these work motivations. The income. So if you're joining as an intern, that's probably not going to be something that is really a part of like a negotiation or something that you're considering, because there's a preset salary range for interns, and typically for pharmacy interns that can range from like $14 to $17 an hour is pretty typical, depending upon the practice setting and the responsibilities and the company. But as you progress through into your career and as a practicing pharmacist after graduation, this is something that really is going to be a factor that you can decide of how important it is for you. Opportunities to be recognized in your work and opportunities for growth and development. These are all things that we would need to consider. And so really what I would challenge you to do is to consider kind of your past situations, your past experience, and determine what were those satisfying markers for you. What were those motivations for you in past experiences where you felt success and felt fulfilled? And that can kind of glean a little bit of to what these motivations are for you. You also want to project yourself out into the future. What does it look like in 4 years, 4 years? What does that look like for you in terms of how you see yourself growing, and what's the most inspiring and successful future really that you can see for yourself, and which motivations are part of that? So this will give you a little sense of what you want to be doing in the future. And then as you are considering all of this, this will help you determine which jobs you want to apply for. This will help you really just take note in experiences that you have. So even in your rotation experiences that are part of your academic curriculum, you can start taking note of where you feel fulfilled, where you feel success, where are these motivations fitting in. And that tells you a lot of information about how to assess jobs in the future. Okay, so this is the wrap of our action item that follows the 10-day Handshake profile challenge, as well as the added value item of determining those personal motivations for our job preferences as we make decisions in our career. So I did see a couple questions come through the chat that I'm going to read out loud and answer. Just one moment as I get in there. Okay. Oh, it looks like it was just some comments with regard to the information and not questions. I'll give just a few seconds if you do have questions about your profile and setting up your career interests and your job preferences so that you get an automatic notification of new positions, new events, or employers that are coming into Handshake. You'll get an automatic notification if you set up that job search agent. So those are those action items. You can always schedule an appointment with me to talk about work motivations. And I hope you've enjoyed this session. So tomorrow we are on day 4, and I look forward to seeing you at noon tomorrow. Take care, everyone.